পলিটিশিয়ানদের সামনে তো একটা বাক্স রাখা হয়েছে আর কি, মানে ডানে যদি একটা পারমাণবিক বোম পড়ে, বামে একটা পারমাণবিক বোম পড়ে, তার কোনো মাথা ব্যথা নাই। মাথা ব্যথা হচ্ছে আমার ইলেকশন কবে দিবেন সেটা বলে। বুঝতে পারছেন? আমাদের সামনে এইভাবে আমাদেরকে ধোঁকাবাজের মধ্যে রাখা হচ্ছে। এগুলো কোনো সলিউশন না। সলিউশন হচ্ছে আমাদেরকে এই দাসত্ব থেকে বের হতে হবে, ওদের দাসত্ব থেকে বের হতে হবে। এটা আপনি এদিকে পারবেন না তো, বিকজ এই সিস্টেমটা ওদেরই। তো যাই হোক, তারপরে যদি বেশিরভাগ বেশি সংখ্যক আমাদের ইসলামপন্থী ভাইরা ক্ষমতায় যেতে পারেন, তাহলে তো আমরা বলবো মাশাল্লাহ, ভালো, অ্যাটলিস্ট ইসলামের জন্য ভালো হলো। ঠিক আছে, ওটা আমরা বুঝি যেটা মন্দের ভালো, বাট এটা এই সিস্টেম আপনাকে এগেনস্টে লড়াই করতে দিবে না, বিকজ সিস্টেমটা ওদের নিয়ন্ত্রণের মধ্যে আছে। ফেরাউন ছিল শিরকের মূর্ত প্রতীক, এরা হচ্ছে এখন পৃথিবীতে শিরকের মূর্ত প্রতীক। ফেরাউন ছিল কুফুরির মূর্ত প্রতীক, এরা হচ্ছে সারা ওয়ার্ল্ডে আল্লাহর দিনকে অস্বীকার করার মূর্ত প্রতীক হয়ে দাঁড়ায় আছে।
Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is Gal Gadot. I am here with you. Well, I hope you have seen that here we are roasting Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, and now our roasting topic is here democracy versus Khelaphat. Okay. Now, the point is that here, Michael Cesario, my girlfriend, would be involved in there, and somehow it is her contents. But the point is that why I am here. Okay. Now, today's point is that this is the Ramadan one, and I am here because our point is defensive points. Now, here is my opinion about how a democratic country protect their sovereignty and how a Khelaphat country protect their sovereignty. Okay. Here we can see when a democratic country protect their sovereignty, we know that who was the enemy. Well, our enemy can be another country who wants to destroy our sovereignty. I mean the national sovereignty. It is the points. And now the point is here, what if the enemy country is our border neighborhood country? Here is my questions. And here, now let's see that what is the answer. When our country is a democratic country and enemy country is our neighborhoods, now here we can see we can reach the capital city of enemy. The distance between enemy country's capital city and my country's capital city is almost 1,000 kilometers. We are not talking about two countries where one country is Italy and another country is Rome, Vatican City. Vatican City is micronational country, but when we are talking about the proper national countries, here the distance between two capital city of two separated country is 1,000 kilometers. And now here point is, what if enemy country is my neighborhoods? As an Israeli Mossad agent, I have to go to the capital city of enemy country in 1 second. And here, this is the point. Because our espionage car should contain the velocity of 1000 kilometer per second. Yes. And then our espionage car would eliminate the general of enemy neighborhoods, or the prime minister of enemy neighborhoods, or the presidents of enemy neighborhoods. It is the point. And then our car would return to our capital city in 1 second with a driving distance of 1000 kilometers. And here is the points to be noted. But now here is the problems, that what if our country would be Islamic Khelaphat country. Now Islamic Khelaphat country, okay. Now here we can see Islamic Khelaphat country would contains the significant negative points that contains a significant negativities. Our enemy country would contain the capital cities at a distance of 1000 kilometers from my capital cities. And here espionage car can contains the velocity of 10 kilometer per hour, 5 kilometer per hour, or sometimes 1 kilometer per hour. And that is the significant negative points, because when the travel distance is 1000 kilometers between enemy neighbor capital city and my capital cities, here we could see that would be almost 833 days, 4 hours. Because if the here driving timing would be 10,000 hours in one driving distance of 1000 kilometers. Okay. Now here we can see the points. Well, when our espionage car would contains the velocity 1 kilometer per 1 hour, hence we can reach the enemy capital city in 83 days, 4 hours. And in these times, our enemy general would be prepared her to eliminate our espionage car. Here, because of the delay times, our every mission can be compromised and collapse. It would be possible if and only if our espionage vehicle would be 1 kilometer per hour. And that would be possible if and only if our country would be Islamic Khelaphat country. Okay. And now, why I am saying like that? Let's get started. Well, before 1757, we know, I came to know from my girlfriend Michaela that here there was an Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh. Well, in this sense, Bangladesh would be mentioned as a Suba Bangla. Well, and here Suba Bangla, Maratha Empire, Tamil Empire, Suba Mayur, and somehow Suba Delhi and Suba Kabul, etc. Well, and before 1756, it was completely Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh. And even in 1756, I hope that June 3rd, Nawab Siajuddaulah received the crown as an Islamic monarchy crown. In that times, the fastest car velocity was 25 kilometer per hour. That was the fastest car. Now and now there is 2026, and before the regime change on August 5, 2024, there was a democracy in Bangladesh, and in that time, the slowest car velocity is 1000 kilometer per second. That was slowest car velocity. But before 1756, during the Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh, the fastest car velocity is 25 kilometer per hour. Now, where is 1000 kilometer per second and where is 25 kilometer per hour? That is the significant velocity difference. And here we can, well, here I know that before because my ancestor, some of my ancestor was living in England under Christian monarchy before Queen Elizabeth II of England. Some of my ancestors living in Holy Roman Empire, in where the present name is Germany. In Holy Roman Empire, there was a Christian monarchy. Nobody could believe that here would be a car that can contain 50 kilometer per hour. Well, 50 kilometer per hour of the velocity of car is out of imagination of Holy Roman Empire. But now, what is the modern Germany reality? Modern Germany reality is BMW owned by Germany can manufacture 2000 kilometer per second, 20,000 kilometer per second, and somehow 200,000 kilometers per second. It is the capability of the velocity of a BMW car, where BMW is a German automobile company. How was that possible? Because Germany shifted themselves from Christian monarchy to democracy. Okay. Now, I am always against the religious monarchy. Well, and here, religious monarchy contains the significant negativity as soon as possible. Well, in Bangladesh, I came to know from Michaela that in Bangladesh, before the regime change of Sheikh Hasina, Michaela could travel 600 kilometers with a velocity of 200 kilometers per hour. And that is the best points. And that is the best beautiful options, the points. But now, recently, here Abu Toha Adnan wants Islamic Khelaphat in where Abu Toha Adnan wants Islamic Khelaphat in Bangladesh. And that is the points that why I am scared. Because in Islamic monarchy of Bangladesh, we could see the fastest car velocity is 25 kilometer per hour. Okay. Now here we can see that what is the relativity in the defensive. Our enemy neighbors contest the capital cities containing the driving distance of 1,000 kilometers from our capital city. Okay. Now let's see what about the Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh. In Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh, fastest car velocity was 25 kilometers per hour. And the average car velocity was 10 kilometers per hour. Now let's see. Let's subtract 1,000 by 25. Okay. Now we know 25 multiplied by 4 is hundreds. Hence, it would need 40 hours to cover the journey of 1,000 kilometers in the purpose of espionage mission on enemy neighbor, where the enemy neighbor containing capital city is containing the distance of 1,000 kilometers. Well, that was the points of Islamic monarchy. Okay. Now Islamic monarchy is different. So here Bangladeshi Islamic rulers is separate persons, and here Saudi Islamic ruler is a separate person, and Pakistani Islamic ruler is third separate persons. But still, in Islamic monarchy of Bangladesh, the enemy country was for enemy neighborhood contest the capital city with the distance of 40 hours from my capital city, because the fastest car velocity is 25 kilometer per hour. But now we can travel 1,000 kilometers to reach the enemy neighbor capital city in 1 second. That is just because of Abu Toha Adnan's kafir policies. Yes. And here, that is the significant moments that we can just imagine. Okay. Well, and now here Asif, the best friend of my girlfriend Michaela. Okay. Just for one moment. Okay. Now here we can see 1,000 kilo. Here we can notify since just a thing like that. When Islam in 1756, Bangladesh was not under Islamic monarchy. I mean, Bangladesh was not under Islamic Khelaphat, but under the Islamic monarchy. Here, we could not imagine that the car can contain velocity 100 kilometers per hour, where now car velocity of 1,000 kilometers per second is reality. Here, just imagine what if Bangladesh would be under Islamic Caliphate. Here, Islamic Caliphate, Bangladesh would travel 83 days, 4 hours to reach the enemy neighborhood capital cities, to reach the enemy generals. Enemy neighborhood generals. In 83 days, 4 hours, enemy general would be prepared to attack on prepare. They would be prepared on to attack on our Espenas car, and that is here a significant momentum as points. Here we can see that our Islamic Caliphate in our country is actually a benefits only for our enemy countries. Okay. And now here we can see at the momentum points. Okay. Now here we can see that how it is a demonstrated real example that it is a practical example that how democratic patriotic loves the high speed vehicles. Okay. And here we can see high speed vehicles is only the technology of Jewish and the technology of Christians. And the technology means automobile technology. Okay. Now here we can see the information from Bangladesh intelligence reports that Ali Khamenei is planning to generate 5 magnitude artificial earthquake on Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay. And here we can see it is the plan of Ali Khamenei. Now here we can see what is the plan of me, the Israeli freelancer agent Gal Gadot. Okay. Now, as an Israeli woman, I, Gal Gadot, consider myself as Democratic Defensive Ministers of Bangladesh. I mean, Defensive Minister of Democratic Bangladesh. And here, my plan is simple. Okay. My plan is to attack on Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Here, my departure is Dhaka, Bangladesh, and arrival is Ali Khamenei. Here, driving distance is 12,000 kilometers and the driving timing is 1 second. Well, half of weight of my espionage car is 1,000 kilograms. Okay. Now here we can see. Now it is accordance with Abu Toha Adnan. Democracy is a conspiracy of Jewish and Christians. Because here in democracies, where every person wants to travel 500 kilometers in 1 second. And even I know Michaela Caesario Di Santa, my girlfriend, is from the middle class family of Dhaka, Bangladesh. And here we can see that in middle class family needs a car with the velocity of 100 kilometer per minute or 500 kilometer per minute. And what is the benefits of middle class family? Now, middle class family lives in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and their grandfather house is in Bhola. Their grandfather's house is in Potuakhali. Their grandfather's house can be Chittagong. Their grandfather's house can be Sylhet. Their grandfather's house can be Jamalpur. Their grandfather's house can be Tungiparas, or their grandfather's house can be Jalogati from Borishal or Pirospur from Mauritius. It is the significant points. It is the middle class Bangladeshi. And now it is a middle class Bangladesh. They need a car that can travel 500 kilometers per minute. Hence, yeah, distance between current town and current city and the grandfather house is 500 kilometers, or if 666 kilometers is the distance between current address and grandfather house. Well, the middle class family can travel 666 kilometers in 1 minute. Hence, here departure time is Ramadan 1, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock. Arrival time is Ramadan 1, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock, 1 second fast. If the departure time is 2 minutes, if the departure time is morning 2 o'clock, arrival time is morning 2 o'clock 1 second past. Okay. Now here, and it is the point that how we love the high velocity vehicles when we are democratics. And here that is the point. Here the point is defensive, and here point is espionage mission to attack on Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, where departure place is Dhaka, Bangladesh, and arrival place is Tehran, the capital city of Iran, and the driving distance is 12,000 kilometers with a driving timing of 1 second. What is the meanings? The meaning is here driving distance is 12,000 kilometers, but departure time is Ramadan 1, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock. Hence, arrival time is Ramadan 1, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past. And here we can notify this. That is the significant moments that we can travel 12,000 kilometers to reach the enemy capital city to eliminate enemy, where our enemy capital city is Iran, the capital city of Iran, and our espionage agencies containing capital city is Dhaka, Bangladesh. And here our enemy is Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Okay. And here is my travel plan. And I hope you are satisfied on it. And now here we can see that what if Bangladesh would be Islamic Khelaphat Bangladesh. Okay. Now here well, now here we can see the significant moments at the achievements is here we can here is Abu Toha Adnan is the defensive minister of Islamic Khelaphat Bangladesh. Okay. Now here is the same reports that Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei is planning to generate 5 magnitude of artificial earthquake on Dhaka, Bangladesh. As a counter response, our mission is to eliminate the Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Departure plan is same, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Arrival plan is same, Tehran, Iran. Driving distance is same, 12,000 kilometers. But now the significant point is driving timing is 1,000 kilometers. Okay. I apologize. Driving timing is 1,000 hours. That means 83 days, 4 hours. Well, here we can say what is the significant moments. Here I would notify this. Well, our Ramadan month would be 30 days. Yes, right? And here, accordance with Bangladeshi governmental calendars, March 21st is here Idul Fitr. Hence, yeah, we can say the difference between February 21 and March 21 is 28 days. Here, the point is February 19 would be Ramadan 1. Okay? And here, and now, that is the significant points that how it could differ the moments. It could differ, the momentum points is significance. The momentum points is, well, departure time is February 19, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock. Now let's see. At the March 21, we can subtract 83 days by 30 days. That would be 53 days. Okay. Now, in April 21, here we can see April, in April 21, February 53 days subtract by 30 days is 23 days, right? Okay. Now here we can see well, and here 83 days. April is 23. March 21 is day 53. Well, and here 22. What is April 30? That is here 22 subtract by 9 is 13. That means at the May 13, 2026, that is the arrival time at 10 o'clock. And in this delay of 83 days, as Iranian terrorist Ali Khomeini would be prepared to attack on Bangladesh, particularly Dhaka, Bangladesh. And here, that is the momentums. It is 12,000. It is the driving timings. Okay. But now, here, what is the cause? Because here, Espina's car containing the driving velocity only of 12 kilometers per hour. But when the country would be democratic country, velocity would be 12,000 kilometers per second. And in these moments, when Bangladesh can convert it to Khelaphat Bangladesh, and Bangladesh would reject the democracy. Just for one more moment. Here I am feeling illness at the moments because of weather change. And now here is the we can see velocity can decrease if and only if the country reject democracy and accept the Islamic monarchy. because Bangladesh is a Muslim country, hence the religious monarchy is Islamic monarchy. Okay. That is the here the points. And my question is, where is the velocity of 12,000 km per second and where is 12 km per hours? That is velocity distractions. Here we can say the velocity Islamic Khelaphat in Bangladesh can be beneficiary for Bangladeshi, the enemies of Bangladesh. Okay. And here we can say the enemies of Bangladesh would enjoy if and only if Bangladesh would accept Islamic monarchy, let alone the Islamic Caliphate. But if Bangladesh would accept the Islamic monarchy, that is the beneficiary for the enemy of Bangladesh. Because in that moment terms at the points, okay, because it is clear that Bangladeshi espionage agent would attack on enemy city in 42 days because driving distance would be, driving velocity would be 12, not 12, the driving velocity would be 24 kilometer per hours and here the driving distance is since 12,000 kilometers, driving timing would be somehow 500 hours. And that is the significant benefits for enemy's country of Bangladesh. And in the story, enemy of Bangladesh is Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Okay. Now here we can see in real life, we can say the ordinary Bangladeshi peoples and the ordinary Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, both of them are friends of each other. And here we can see if Bangladeshi terrorists would attack on enemy with the 25 kilometer per hour, that is actually beneficial for my countries because I can, the enemy of Bangladesh can attack on Bangladesh in 1 second. Yes. And I would generate a plan. I would execute a plan in 1 second. That is, everything would be complete. And here, that is the beneficiary for enemy of Bangladesh. And now, for a professions of defensive ministers of Bangladesh, who is better, me, Gal Gadot, or pro-Palestinian Maulana Abu Toha Adnan? Here, I am for the democratic Bangladesh. I am beneficiary to become a defensive minister of Bangladesh, and that is the significant points. Okay, and here we have discussed on velocity. We have discussed on that driving timings, and now let's discuss on about the kinetic powers. Okay, Now, uh, if we have to be defensive powerful, we should contain the expense kinetic powers of million megawatts. If that would be not possible for million megawatts, that would be a minimum, that would be several gigawatts is necessary if we would consider us as a defensive superpowers. Okay. And now let's see here how I can calculate the kinetic powers equations. Okay. Accordance with kinetic powers equations, we would follow here Newtonian kinetic force equations. Hence, here my favorite car velocity is 12,000 km per second, 83,000 km per second, 24,000 km per second, and 28,000 km per second. My favorite car can contain the velocity of 25 km per second. Okay. And now here is topics I am going for it. Okay. Now what is 12? Now here we can see the kinetic force equation is half of weight of my spinach car multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. But now here we can say, oh my god. And now here we can say the response. Kinetic force is can be. Well, Michaela, I think here is some mosquitoes in here. So okay, I can manage it. Well, we know the kinetic power equation is half of weight of my spinach car multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. But here, driving distance is 12,000 kilometers when the driving time is 1 second. And here driving velocity is 12,000 kilometers per second. Right? Okay. Now, when the driving time is 1 second, here is my observations that driving timing is driving timing square equal to driving timing cube equal to driving timing to the power 7 equal to driving timing to the power 666, because 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 7 equal to 1 to the power 666 is always 1. And here driving timing is 1 second. Hence, since the driving timing is 1 second, hence we can say kinetic power is kinetic energy. Hence, the kinetic powers equation is half of weight of my spinach car multiplied by distance square. Okay. Now here is my input. Well, half of weight of my driving car is 1,000 kilometers. I mean 1,000 kilograms. Okay. And now here we can see what is the driving distance. That is 12,000 kilometers. What is 12,000 kilometers? That is 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. Hence, the driving distance square is 12 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square meter square. Well, now here I can observe it. What is 10 to the power 6 square? That is 10 to the power 12. What is 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 cube? That is 10 to the power 50. What is 12 square? That is here we can say 144. Hence, the kinetic power is 144 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 watts. What is 1 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 watts? That is 1 billion megawatts. Hence, my car containing kinetic power is 144 billion megawatts. Okay. Now, if we want to consider myself as, if we want to consider our country as a defensive superpowers, we need spinach kinetic powers as 144 billion megawatts when my enemy is in 12,000 kilometers away from me. I mean my countries. And here that is the significant points. But now, what is the point if Abu Toha Adnan, the pro-Palestinian Maulana, became the defensive ministers because Bangladesh became the Islamic Khelaphat countries? Okay. Now here we can see the points. Here the Newtonian kinetic equation is same. That is half of weight of Abu Toha spinach car multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. But this times the driving timing is not 1 second. Hence, this time kinetic power is not kinetic energy. Well, here is the moment as the points. Well, here we contest the travel time cube is 100 hours. I mean 1000 hours cube. Okay. We know that 1000 hours is 83 days, 4 hours. As here we can see, driving time period is 12 hours per day. Well, now let's get the second questions. And here we can notify this. What is 1000 hours? That is 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 seconds. Hence, here as an input, driving timing cube is 36 cube multiplied by 10 to the power 5 cube. Okay. Now let's see the observations. What is 10 to the power 6 square? That is 10 to the power 12. What is 12 square? That is 144. What is the multiplication between 10 to the power 12 and 10 to the power 3, that is 10 to the power 15. What is division of 10 to the power 15 by 10 to the power 15? That is 1. Hence, the calculation, well, okay, what is 36 cube? That is 6 to the power 6. Hence, the calculations became 144 divided by 6 to the power 6. Hence, the kinetic power is almost 3.087 milliwatt. Okay. And now, if our spinach can contain kinetic powers of 3087 7 watts, our country cannot be considered as an espionage superpowers, I mean defensive superpowers. And we need our country as a espionage superpowers. And here, that is the significant moments, as we can see. Well, here kinetic powers and here, unfortunately, in the period of Islamic Khelaphat Bangladesh, under defensive minister Maulana pro-Palestinian Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, espionage kinetic powers is 3.087 milliwatt, not 3.087 kilowatt, not 3.087 watts, 3.087 milliwatts. Well, here we can say that in these moments, our defense to protect our national sovereignty can be considered as a joke. When it became jokes, it cannot be acceptable at the any way. Okay. And here we can see this momentum as points. But now, that is the reality under Islamic Khelaphat of Bangladesh. Okay. Well, and here we can see, let's contain the third perceptions. Here, third perception is Bangladeshi okay. The third perception is Bangladesh is neither under democracy nor under Islamic Caliphate. It is under only ordinary Islamic monarchy. Okay. And now, when it is under ordinary Islamic monarchy, okay. And here we can say driving distance would be almost 120 kilometers at the driving distance. And here we can see plan of Islamic my God, monarchy defensive minister. Okay. Now here it is the significant moments. Uh, Planned attack on Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Well, it is the good news is the driving distance would be 12,000 kilometers in 100 hours, because driving velocity would be 120 kilometer per hour. But what would be the meanings? Here meanings would be that, well, Islamic what is 1 hours? I mean, what is 100 hours? Okay, 12 multiplied by 8 is 96. That means it would be almost 8 days, 4 hours. Okay, and now in ordinary Islamic monarchy, here we can say driving distance is 12,000 kilometers. Well, here departure is time is Ramadan 1 morning 6 o'clock, and when the place is departure place is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Arrival time would be Ramadan 8, well, morning 10 o'clock. Folks, when the arrival place is Tehran, the capital city of Iran, to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. And here we can see. And here we can journey at the moments and we can enjoy. Well, yeah, and here's, and here is we can contains the 3 velocities. Islamic espionage car is 1,000 kilograms. Okay. Now here we can say, still we can say kinetic power is not kinetic energy, because driving timing is 100 hours. Here we can write, but because driving timing is 100 hours, well, just for a moment, at the significant points, here we can write here the it would be 4. Well, driving timing cube is 36 cube multiplied by 10 to the power 4 cube. It would be the okay. Now 36 cube is 6 to the power 6, and here is my observations that what is 10 to the power 4 cube? That is 10 to the power 6 square. Okay. 10 to the power 6 square is 10 to the power 4 cube. The division of 10 to the power 6 square by 10 to the power 4 cube is always 1. And here we can see the calculations at the points. Well, now here we can see is ordinary Islamic monarchy is less negative effective at the points. Okay, and here we can calculate 144 multiplied by 1000 divided by 6 to the power 6. Hence, the answer is 3.87 watts. Okay. And it is the momentums at the points. Well, is for sovereignty of Bangladesh, when the topic is Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, and actual topic is to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Driving distance is 12,000 kilometers. Here, velocity, timing, and kinetic powers, we can say Islamic Khelaphat is complete negative effective, and ordinary Islamic monarchy is less negative effective, but it is still a negative effective. And what about the secular democracy is complete positive effective. And now, what about the China? China is not democratic countries. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, China is a dictator or countries, but China is less positive effective to protect his sovereignty. Yeah, but it is still protective, positive, effective because the dictatorship is progressive minded dictatorship. Here, dictator is progressive minded in lieu of Islamic Caliphate. Okay. Or ordinary Islamic monarchy. And here, that is the significant moments as we can see. And here is the points that how Saudi Arabia and Dubai needs United States of America when their topic is to protect their own sovereignty. Okay. And now here we can see that what is about the own sovereignty protections. It is the significant moments. Well, and here we can see that I have forgot about the fuel system. Let's say the topics. Okay. The topic is here our fuel is artificial solar arc reactor. In the democratic country, spinach car fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Okay. But when our country would be under Islamic Caliphate, what would be the points? Okay. Here we can see our fuel would be petrols. And what if it would be Islamic monarchy? I mean ordinary Islamic monarchy. Still, here fuel would be petrols. Okay. And now let's check it. At the moments, what can we do? Well, now let's check the necessary fuel weights. Okay. Now, let me tell you that what is about engine capability. The engine capability is okay. The equations of engine capability is kinetic energy divided by bracket of weight of fuel multiplied by specific heat of fuel multiplied by temperature of fuel. I mean temperature difference of fuel, bracket close. And here we can see we know our engine capability is 98%. We know the velocity is 12,000 kilometers per second, where driving distance is 12,000 kilometers and the driving timing is 1 second. Now, recently we have mentioned that when driving timing is 1 second, kinetic power is kinetic energy. Hence, the kinetic power is 144 billion megawatts. That means 144 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 watts. Okay. And here we can see, we know the fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Here, necessary fuel weights is here we can see the specific heat of the fuel is 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin, because the fuel is artificial sun. And accurately, the fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Hence, here we can see the temperature is already mentioned. But now, what is mystery? The mystery is necessary fuel weights. Hence, the equations of necessary fuel weight is kinetic powers multiplied by 1 divided by bracket of eta multiplied by specific heat multiplied by temperature bracket close. And here we can see the result is 1.44 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 641 picograms. Okay. Now we can say that 2 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 641 picogram. That is less than, that is lighter than 1 picograms. And here we can see that is how is going on. Okay. But if our country, if our Bangladesh would be Islamic Khelaphat, now let's see what would happen. Okay. And here we can see the significant points. Here we have to calculate the necessary fuel volume because fuel is petrols. Okay. Now here we know the engine equation of engine capability is kinetic energy divided by bracket of weight of fuel multiplied by specific heat of fuel multiplied by temperature difference of fuels. Okay. Now here we can see the points. What is the weight? The weight is here density multiplied by volume. Okay. And now since the fuel is petrols, we know the petrol density is 0.778 kilogram per liter. We know here specific heat of petrol, that is 2 joule per kilogram per kelvins. We know the specific temperature difference of petrol, that is 50 degrees Celsius. Here we know engine capability as 98%. We know here kinetic power is 3.087 milliwatts. My apology is here kinetic power is not kinetic energy. Hence, the multiplication between half of weight of Abu Toha Adnan's spinach car and driving distance square is 144 multiplied by 10 to the power 15. Okay. Okay. And here we can joule second square. And it is the points here we can see. Here we know that time is 1000 hours. We do not know what is driving timing square. Yeah, hence we would notify it. Now let's see the points. Here we can see okay, everything is known, but the mystery is the petrol volume. Hence, the petrol volume equation is half of weight of Abu Toha Adnan spinach car multiplied by distance, driving distance square, enter divided by bracket of engine capability multiplied by petrol density multiplied by petrol specific heat multiplied by petrol temperature difference bracket close. And here now let's see what is driving time square, that is 36 square multiplied by 10 to the power 5 square. Okay, what is 10 to the power 5? That is 10 to the power 10. What is 36 square? That is 6 to the power 4. And what is 6 to the power 4? That is 12,096. Okay. Now here we can see what is the divisions of 10 to the power 15 by 10 to the power 10, that is 10 to the power 5. Hence, the calculations became 144 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 enter divided by bracket of 1296 multiplied by 98 multiplied by 0.778 bracket close. Hence, what is the answer? The answer is 146 liters of petrol. Okay. And here, that is the significant moments of Islamic Khelaphat, just because here we can see Islamic Khelaphat contains a defensive espionage car containing velocity of 12 kilometer per hour. Okay, now let's see. Now I hope here we can see the points. What is the difference between ordinary Islamic monarchy in Bangladesh versus Islamic Khelaphat in Bangladesh? And here we can see the points. That is the significant momentums as we could notify. Okay. Here necessary fuel volume is here we have mentioned that, but now change is, well, 10 to the driving time is 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 4, and driving timing is square is 36 square multiplied by 10 to the power 8. And what is the divisions of 10 to the power 15 by 10 to the power 8? That is 10 to the power 7 at the moment. Okay. And here the calculations is here. In Islamic monarchy, probably it needs almost 14,600 liters of petrol. Okay. Now, here is my point that both of Islamic Khelaphat espionage car and Islamic ordinary monarchy espionage car contains the same fuel system, that is petrol. Okay. Then how is the difference when Islamic ordinary monarchy car containing the necessary petrol volume of 14,600 liters of petrols, where Islamic Khelaphat of Bangladesh needs 146 liters petrols. That is the game of the velocity. That is the game of the velocity. In ordinary Islamic monarchy like Saudi Arab, Dubai, Qatar, here espionage car velocity is 120 kilometer per hour. But accordance with Islamic Khelaphat in Bangladesh, the espionage car velocity would be 12 kilometer per hour. And that is the significant points to be dangerous at the moment. Okay. And here we can see the points that is significance is the dangerous momentum that we could see. Okay. And now here you can see the points. Here we can notify about Islamic monarchies at the moment. It is more dangerous than the honorable Islamic Khelaphat. Well, I think I have mistake saying opposite. Well, Islamic monarchy is dangerous, but Islamic Khelaphat is most dangerous because, well, Islamic monarchy of Bangladesh can erase Iranian terrorist Ali Khomeini's preparation on time. I mean, In Islamic monarchy of Bangladesh, Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei can contain the less preparation time to attack on uh, Bangladeshi intelligence agent. But when Ali Khamenei can contain the proper preparation time to attack on Bangladeshi intelligence agents, if and only if Bangladesh would contain the Islamic Khelaphat of Bangladesh. Well, and now here is the points, and now we can see what about the 12,000 kilometer per second. Accordance with Abu Toha Adnan, a spinner's car containing 12,000 kilometer per second is the automobile technology of Jewish and Christians. Hence, accordance with Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, we Bangladeshi would reject democracy, hence that we can reject the automobile technology from Jewish community and Christian community. Okay, that is the points of Abu Toha Adnan. Well, and here we can see in previous moments I have mentioned that here I and my girlfriend Michaela was always researching on Islamic reel of whom? Islamic reels of Abu Toha Adnan about her wife, because recently Abu Toha Adnan said that she loves her wife, hence she wants that her wife would wear hijab, niqab, ancient hijab, ancient niqab, and ancient Islamic burqa. But here we know the reality is, well, if women can marry a man like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, well, I automatically would wear hijab, niqab, and burqa, because being a homosexual husband of Abu Toha Adnan is shameful for any homosexual man. It does not matter that homosexual man, if the homosexual man is Henry Cavill or Robert Downey Jr. And here, that is the significant momentums at points. Okay, and now here we can say at the it is the first part editing. Now here we can notify what is the second part of editing, or I think it would be okay for Ramadan, because here 1 hours, it has been 1 hours 20 minutes, or something I can say 1 hour 29 minutes. Okay, and here when we can say 1 hour 29 minutes, here I would respect on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the honorable prophet of Michael Asidayo Santa. I do not respect any Islamic prophet, Muhammad, but I respect that Islamic prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam only for Michaela Cesario de Santa's Islam. She is my beautiful girlfriend. See you then. Kota Hafiz. Love you.